I absolutely do believe that character has a place in schools. I mean, like, kids wake up and they go to school and they come home. By that time, it's late afternoon. They've had all these interactions during the day with their peers and with grown-ups called teachers. How do I translate that into character? That's the work that I hope to do through the Character Lab.
So we're going to the Character Lab today, and we're going to meet with Angela Duckworth, who's been doing research on how do you develop character in the classroom setting.
She really focuses on the whole child. It's not just about academic success. Schools are using Angela's work to help kids reach their fullest potential.
Hello, Angela. How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much for coming.
Good to see you again.
Yeah. I define character as Aristotle did, which is ways of being, ways of feeling and acting that are both beneficial to the self and also to the greater community. If you take character as that, then that encompasses grit and self-control, but also gratitude and emotional intelligence and generosity and curiosity, creativity, imagination, open-mindedness. These are competencies. These are things that kids can develop.
What's one of the most exciting new ideas you'd like to see in classrooms?
We're just at the beginning, but there are some, promising developments. We all have these to-do lists, right? Every time you think about goals, you can think about them in a hierarchy where you have the sort of specific, concrete to-do list things that you have to get done. Have this interview today, get myself a coffee, return that email. Then you can ask the question like, well, why do I want to send that email? Like, why do I want to have this interview? There's some why that I have that goal. Like, well, I want to have this interview because I actually really care about communicating some of the most important things that are going on for my nonprofit, the Character Lab. It's like, the interview in a way is a means to an end. So I have this sort of higher level goal. But there's another why, and it's usually more abstract, more long-term. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to teach self-control to kids. Okay, why? Because I think character is one of the most important things that a kid could develop. So every time I move up, that goal becomes more abstract, more meaningful, honestly, to me. And when you talk about really gritty people, they have a singular, at least professional goal, right? Many people started actually just by having these low-level ones. And I think this is where kids are. I mean, I don't think many kids know when they are growing up, like, what it's all about yet.
I think for a lot of our kids right now, this is getting into college X.
Interesting,
And it's something that's external rather than internal.
And
I think it's really concerning.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, having an ultimate concern that is imposed entirely by another person is not a good ultimate concern.
Right.
If we can get kids to realize that college is like up here, but there's yet something.
There's something more.
And like education can, be a big part of this because it is in schools where kids can, find and develop and deepen their interests, learn how to do hard things like practice and embrace challenge. And then one thing that schools can and should do is show kids that they're not just individuals out for themselves, but they're part of society, and everything they do influences other people.
That's why your work is so exciting. If science can empower schools to teach character, we'll ultimately be building stronger citizens and communities for all of us.